everyone and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where today it is time for the side quests of Azys Lla. Now that we have completed the main story of Heavensward, put an end to the Pope, lost Estinian to the Rage of Needhog, kind of brought peace between Ishgard and dragons, maybe, possibly. It's seeming promising. After all, Midgardstormer landed in Ishgard's and it was fine, so things might be looking up other than the whole Estinian has been taken over by Needhog. Yeah, things are at a weird spot right now. Let's do some side quests. Starting off with the Sterilization Node. The elegant Sterilization Node is silently awaiting user interaction. Beep beep. Error reinitializing sanitation protocols. Control link to cleaning units inoperative. Manual disassembly of cleaning units required. Please decommission 5 Clockwork Harvestmen. Manual disassembly of cleaning units required. Please decommission 5 Clockwork Harvestmen. Manual bzzz. Someone's not doing well. I do want to double check what levels are we at for each of our jobs. Oh, you know what? Let's do this as Machinist today, since Machinist is the most behind. Not that it particularly matters. Everything's above level 60 now, so yay. Alright, we've got Clockwork Harvestmen over here, it appears. Spiders? Bad spiders. Go away, spiders. Nobody likes spiders. Well, no, that's not true. Spiders are a very valuable and important part of the ecosystem. But they also unnerve me, even though I've never lived in an area with toxic spiders. Seriously though, please respect your local spiders. They are doing you a great service by keeping control of pests. And they will go out of their way to learn your schedule and try and adapt to it and work around it so they are not bothering you and you are not bothering them. They are as scared of you as you are scared of them. Please leave your local spiders alone. You're allowed to be scared of them. That's reasonable. They're tiny and can bite and the bite hurts. I get that. I really do. They're also your friends. Okay, I gotta actually double check. What is higher potency? Because I instinctively want to say drill, but based on the cooldowns, it should be hotshot. Let's check. 240 versus 620. No, drill has a much shorter cooldown, but much higher potency. That is just strange. I'm gonna say the advantage of hotshot is probably the fact that it fills up your heat gauge, which leads to other benefits like your burst window. Oh, and you know what? Now that we have finished Heavensward based story, you know what time it is? We're switching back to mount music. We don't need to hear the area themes anymore when we're flying around. Obviously, I like the area themes, but I'm trying to alternate to give mount music and area themes equal time. Area themes during the main story, and then mount themes during the patches. Bzz. Confirming control of all cleaning units. Bleep, bleep. Control link to all cleaning units within acceptable parameters. This sterilization node is 4,962 years, 3 months, and 12 days overdue for replacement. To minimize risk of catastrophic system failure, please replace this sterilization node at your earliest convenience. I think I'm good, but thank you. I'll grab a purple. Alright, next up is you, Training Node. The elegant Training Node is silently awaiting user interaction. Greetings, loyal soldiers of the Elegant Empire. Today's training regimen starts now. Your task is to locate and destroy 5 Snapper Rooks. Please ensure that all targets are rendered completely dead and or inoperable. Good hunting, soldiers. You don't gotta yell at me, jeez! In total, there are 14 side quests in Azys Lla, and due to the fact that you get all of your ether currents from the main story quests, none of these are going to give you any particularly large rewards. No ether currents to worry about. just a bit of lore, a bit of exploration, maybe some money here and there, maybe some other smaller rewards, but nothing too major in this area. Now, if I could get into an actually good rotation with Machinists, that would be nice. And these Snapper Rooks are no threat, though I should probably double check that I'm using my most current gear. Yes, we're good. Ow, if I'd waited a few more seconds I could have used Reassemble on that. That would have been a very powerful drill. Okay, one more to go. Let's go for this one. God, that drill is just so satisfying to use. That is so much potency. It's just completely unnecessary for it to be that strong. I will never complain, but I will always be shocked. Congratulations, you have successfully bzzz today's training exercise. Today's training is intended to teach the importance of bzzz when dealing bzzz situations. We hope this knowledge serves you well in your service to the Allagan Empire. Well, that was useless for us. You taught us nothing. Okay, actually, hold on. So, reassemble, what exactly does that do? Guarantees that the next weapon skill is a critical direct hit. Oh god, that is... okay. So that is, at base, a 40% buff from the crit, 25% buff from the direct hit, so a 75% buff to the drill potency. So about 1085 potency guaranteed. I think. And of course, the more crit stat you have, the more powerful that becomes. That is just excessive. I love it. Alright, next up, where are you? There you are, Safeguard node. The elegant Safeguard node is flickering erratically. Danger, danger, unable to access key Azys Lla security systems. Enforcement Droid 208 not responding to emergency shutdown commands. Recommend immediate forcible destruction of equipment. Danger, danger, unable to access key Azys bzzz. That's not great. Not great that some machines are out of control. Alright, let's get moving then. We're making pretty good progress through these quests, I'd say. This isn't going to take us too long. We'll easily be able to take care of all 14 of them today. Okay. Shoot them with your drill. Easy. It seems like largely we're just being asked to get Azys Lla back under control after nobody's been here in 5,000 years almost. Bzz. Confirm deactivation of malfunctioning security equipment and recognition of your part in preventing a possible repeat of the bzz incident in which 209 civilians and or researchers were savagely bzz associated. 600-hour cleanup effort bzz have been recommended for the bzz. They're not doing well, are they? Ooh, food. Relatively useless food, but I'll take the crit hit from the Flint Caviar. Okay, next up, you Excessive Force. We're just gonna probably make our way through in the same route we took the main story. That'll probably be the easiest, and try to fill out much of the map as we go. Though this area we're probably not going to get to quite yet. There's not really any quests over there. There is a fate over there, but I don't know how long it's going to be till we get to that fate. Alright, Suppression Node. The elegant suppression node is attempting to initialize a system test. Initializing system test. Beep beep. Test subject not found. Aborting. Initializing system test. Beep beep. Test subject not found. Aborting. Initializing system test. Congratulations on being selected for system testing. Please verify the effectiveness of the Citizen Compliance Assurance subsystem by approaching Clockwork Engineers and Clockwork Paladins and demonstrating non-compliant behavior. Please verify Assurance subsystem by approaching Clockwork. Alright, just making sure that the security droids are appropriately trying to kill civilians, I suppose. Don't like that, but it's Allag, so are we surprised? Just 3 of each, it looks like. Easy. You know, I really should be getting Juniper out for this. Having them assist me. Get us through this a little bit quicker and easier. Alright, engineers are dealt with. And you will be our last paladin. Good news, elegant drones! Your security robots are in fact attempting to murder civilians who break the rules. I'm sure this is exactly what you want, actually. Now, hold on to that. It's gonna die too quickly for it to be worth it. Thank you for participating in the Citizen Compliance Assurance Subsystem Testing Program. Test subjects neutralized 0. Subsystem performance unsatisfactory. Upgrade of suppression infrastructure is recommended to ensure optimal citizen conformance. Literal military, like police state. I hate that. I guess Allag was under martial law? Then again, this appears to have been a top-secret research facility, so maybe that was actually the appropriate measure for this area. Given, you know, all the freaking experiments they're doing here with like, chimeras and whatnot, and storing primals, apparently. Alright, but that finishes off the Alpha Quadrant, so on to the Beta Quadrant. Hello, Research Node. The elegant research node is silently awaiting user interaction. Ooh, glamour prisms. Bleep bleep. Transmission received from Composite Lifeform Research Facility. Bzz. Congratulations, you have been selected to assist in a research experiment. Sensors indicate escape by subjects in test chamber 167B. Accelerated Chimera breeding program. Subjects present an extreme risk to the surrounding environment. Recommend immediate termination of associated elegant chimeras. Alright, moving on to fighting chimeras, I suppose. Okay, so security platform over here where the airship landing is, that makes sense. Lots of security drones around there since that's a main hub. Then I guess this area must be where they did a lot of the chimera experiments. Speaking of, hello chimeras! Let's get murdering! Ooh, and we're getting Chimera mains. We are going to need a lot of Chimera mains for crafting. Actually, there are a lot of materials in Azys Lla that we need for crafting. So we're probably going to be doing a lot of gathering in this area. Though, Chimera main drops. The more I get from this, the better, because I'm probably just going to end up buying most of them. Oh, that was easy. Let's get back. Oh, I'm sad. I'm sad again. Rest in peace, Azys Lla. Again, you deserve better. Moonbrita, Azale, Minfilia still missing. Ida's missing, though most of the Scions are still missing, to be fair. Bleep bleep. Extermination of chimeras confirmed. Thank you for your service to the Elegant Research Program. Your satisfactory performance has been noted. Please be assured that while all composite lifeforms attempts to date have invariably been psychologically unstable and Research Program will not waver in its pursuit of the noble goal of If you can't tell, I really love doing the mechanical robot voice. It's a fun one. It is a very fun voice for me. And we are slowly filling in the map. Okay, looks like 9 quests left. And we have at least 2 over here. I want to find... I'll do that one second. I want to go for this one first. Hello, Life Support Node. The Elegant Life Support Node status light is blinking an ominous red. Atmospheric impurities at critical levels. Atmospheric corpse flower spore levels currently at 1,312% of maximum safe limit and rising. Immediate destruction of corpse flowers is highly recommended to ensure citizen safety. Oh god! If you've never smelled a corpse flower, neither have I, and I hope to never smell it because I have heard horrible things about how corpse flowers smell. Yeah, let's get rid of them for sure. Goddamn Rafflesias. Terrible evil plants. I'm pretty sure they smell like that because they are carnivorous plants and they're trying to attract presumably flies or other types of insects that feast on excrement. So they smell like that to draw in those specific types of insects so that they can then eat them. It's a very clever adaptation, but it smells awful from everything I understand. Okay, one more. Let's go for you. And then I will hold off on drill until... Give it a moment, try and get my horribly butchered rotation back in sync. There we go. Atmospheric corpse flower spore levels currently at 1,311% of maximum safe limit and falling. Increased corpse flower population determined to be a result of atmospheric growth stimulation catalyst being unintentionally released by the Ecological Synthesis Research Facility. Transmitting report to Research Facility. Bleep bleep. Transmission complete. Well, hopefully you can get that fixed with all these 0 surviving humans in the area. It does seem like a lot of Allag's research was automated by these nodes, which is impressive. The Elegant Tracking Node is awaiting user interaction. Ooh, what are we getting? Some food and Marin Glace. Interesting. Hello, welcome to the Etherochemical Research Facility Employee Hunting Program. I'm sorry? Sponsored by the Etherochemical Research Facility Employee Benefits Department. I'm getting fucking God Valley flashbacks? Except that wasn't employees, that was just fucking straight up civilians? Stay fit and healthy by participating in our daily hunting contest. Today's objective is for Empuses. Oh, thank God, I completely misunderstood that. I thought they were hunting the employees. Work as fast as you can and try to beat the current record of data not found. Ready, go! Beep. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I genuinely thought for a moment that they were hunting the employees for sports. It wouldn't surprise me is the problem. That's very much the kind of thing I wouldn't be surprised if Allag did. Allag kinda sucked. Alright, there's one. Hello, Impulse number 2. Okay, going pretty smoothly. Seriously, none of these enemies are all that tough. It's a relief for me, but also a little bit sad. Honestly, they're probably tuned about where they should be. These quests would be actively miserable if these were genuinely tough enemies. Also, I just realized it is 1:40 a.m. in Eorzean time. The sky here is fucked up. Bzz. Would like to remind all participants that laboratory assistants and laboratory property do not constitute valid targets for the purposes of bzz. Remember to come back again to bzz, next week's target, bzz, and 3 Mikote, bzz. So I don't know if I've mentioned this, but not so fun fact about the Alligans. They kept Mikote as sex slaves. They were hunting Mikote. I guess presumably Mikote who had rebelled against the people who had enslaved them. Have I mentioned that Allig fucking sucks? They're fucking terrible in almost every way I can think of? Wow, am I sure glad that the Alligans are dead as of Mikote. Alright, Expulsion Node, you are next. The Alligan Expulsion Node appears panicked and agitated for a floating cube. Beep beep, intruder alert, beep beep, intruder alert. Detecting multiple hostile entities. Judging by their weapons, equipment, and formation, there is an 85.4% likelihood that they will launch an attack on the console. With our current military forces, each Alligan soldier must defeat at least 7.9999 intruders to ensure victory. In the face of overwhelming our beloved Alligan Empire, you have a rounding error there. Well, not a rounding error. You've got a floating point error there for Expulsion Node. You know you can just say 8. You know that if you write down .999 and ad infinitum, that is literally equivalent to 1. You can just say 8. That is a resolved issue in mathematics. There's a few different proofs of that. It is a very controversial statement among people who are not too familiar with mathematics at a higher level, because it does sound weird. .999999 infinitely written is equal to exactly to 1 by definition. There's a couple different proofs. They ultimately rely on the fact that the decimal representation of .9999 is simply a best possible way of writing down that particular number given our decimal system. That's at least one of the reasons why it looks so strange, but there's also a definition, a very important and fundamental definition of real numbers. Real numbers being a number with a decimal, so 1.5 is a real number, 1 itself is just a real number. If it has a decimal, it probably counts as a real number. But yeah, a very important and fundamental definition, or aspect of the definition of real numbers, is that there is no number between two real numbers. Like, if two real numbers are different numbers, then there is a number that exists between them, and there is no way to write a number that exists between 0.9 repeating and 1. Therefore, they are definitionally the same number. My favorite proofs are more involve the geometric series. There is a proof involving the geometric series, which is very useful and important, and nobody who studies math disputes the geometric series. That is a fundamental result. So it's a really easy point to argue from. I am nerding out, I'm sorry. Oh, also, they're having me defeat 8 Garlean soldiers. Okay, extremely funny. Extremely funny. I'm going off about math and real number representation issues, and the game's already literally making the same joke. Same brain cell. There's also variants of the proof where you take the decimal representation of 1/9, multiply that by 9, and show that therefore 0.9 repeating is equal to 1. Bleep bleep. Intruder's forces confirmed as terminated. The Elegant Empire thanks its brave soldiers for their noble sacrifice. This is the first recorded insurrection attempt in over 5,000 years. Please wait while a report is compiled for presentation to the Council, recommending a comprehensive review of our security measures. That is the first rebellion attempt, or insurrection attempt in over 5,000 years, because y'all have been dead for 5,000 years. Also, the fact that you say over 5,000 years when the Elegants died 5,000 years ago, how many fucking insurrection attempts were you having if one occurred pretty close to them dying out in the calamity? Okay, that was defense protocol, I believe. We have 6 left. Next up, logistics node. The Elegant logistics node is spinning frantically. Miqo'te, please help. The freight handling subsystem never received a deactivation command and has been running for 5,012 years, 8 months, and 2 days. Unfortunately, I do not have direct control over that subsystem and cannot issue an override command to deactivate it. Due to the severity of the situation, I am authorizing you to deactivate the affected units. At least 4 adamantite claws must be deactivated. Alright, adamantite claws, is it? Why does that sound like those would be death claws? Because they are death claws. What the hell? Death claws are fucking magic technology. What are the Elegants doing with death claws? Oh god. Did the Garleans get their tech from the Elegants? I feel like this would explain a lot. We know they were actively looking for Elegant tech, so it would make sense. I'll save that hypercharge for the next one. Also, continuing to make very good progress on filling in the map. Alright, our final target. Nope, not you. Oh god, okay. Well, fine. This works. Fair enough. Tore through the lightning sprite and ran right into the adamantite claw. That was not bad. Just a little annoying that I attacked the wrong one. Beep beep. Freight handling units confirmed destroyed. Miqo'te, you are authorized to deactivate these units. You are not authorized to destroy them. Your authorization has been revoked and your crimes have been registered with the Central Justice Authority. Well, shoot. I already consider Miqo'te no better than sex slaves. Now I'm a criminal too. Criminal to a dead empire. You're not gonna catch me, coppers! You don't exist anymore! Okay, it looks like we are heading down towards the southern corner. Okay, right on the edge of the Garlean castrum. The Elegant auditing node is quietly clicking, buzzing, and whirring. Unregistered goods detected. Beep. Items identified as ceramic containers of Garlean origin. Further investigation necessary. Please retrieve 5 containers for testing. The Garleans didn't fucking exist until within the last 100 years in universe. How the fuck do you, 5,000-year-old node, know what a Garlean is? Don't question it, don't question it, don't question it. That is extremely concerning that they knows that, but who knows how I found out. Allegan tech. I guess it's just that good. Okay, we need to get more ceramic containers. Ah, there's one. If the Garleans don't spot me, I'll be very happy. Ah, here we go. One at the... Dang you! Base of the staircase. That's a good hiding spot, honestly. Gotcha. Okay, two more. Oh shoot. No. Okay, I guess yes, just because you have what I'm looking for right over here. Goddamn paralysis, it is so annoying. Okay, good. One more. And there it is, perfect. Alright, back we go. Looks like one more here and then 3 over on the last island. We are almost done. Please place unregistered goods in examination receptacle for testing. Beep! Got him right here. The use of cermet in its design makes this transportation crate resistant to heat and cold, and will protect its contents from a drop up to 1,000 yalms. But not a yalm more. That's still pretty impressive. That's 1,000 yards. That's a little over 1,000 meters? I forget which way it is. Specimens received. Scanning. Beep beep. Scanning complete. Containers appear to contain replicas of elegant technological artifacts. Replicas are of a significantly inferior quality to minimum elegant standards. Workmanship is of an extremely poor level. Most unfortunate, we shall have to take measures to protect the reputation of elegant innovation and artisanship. I will say, for as much as I hate the Allegans, they do have a reputation for pretty goddamn impressive technology and workmanship. I respect that, and nothing else. Honestly, it's not good that they have such a good reputation on that front, given how fucked up and awful they were. I prefer they not have that level of quality. The elegant assembly node is jittering impatiently. Beep beep, insufficient materials to continue manufacturing. Please provide additional materials. Beep beep, insufficient materials to continue manufacturing. Please provide additional materials. If raw materials are not available, they can be reclaimed from unneeded equipment. Please destroy 3 steel giants to allow reclamation of their constituent parts. Alright. We're gonna just take them from the Magitech then. Now what is this building over here? The Cathedral. And the Mobile Supply Cache. Interesting. Didn't really expect the Allegans to have a cathedral. Were they actively religious? They don't seem like the type of society to be religious. Of course, not to say they can't be, they don't seem the type. I mean, they were studying primals in a scientific way, looking for ways to capture and imprison them, allegedly. primals which are generally seen as gods by most people. And I suppose, did Tiamat officially completely confirm that primals are not gods? They're all just makings of our own minds? I think that was stated, yes. Other things that were stated during the Tiamat conversation. Wow, dragons sure are aliens, aren't they? God, there was some fun lore drops in there. Confirming destruction of unneeded equipment. Bleep bleep. Confirmed. Verifying integrity of salvageable parts. Beep. Unable to confirm quality of materials. Unable to continue manufacturing. Well, that sucks for you. That's probably a good thing. Which one do we want? Shark fin soup is the highest item level, so objectively the best to go for. Okay, let's grab... There's a dungeon down here? Oh, really? That's where the entrance is. I forgot about that. I thought the entrance was up there. We're gonna worry about that later. Alright, on to Delta Quadrant, where the dragons are kept. So we have the airship landing with security forces. We have the Chimera research over there. We have manufacturing over here, and we have dragon research over here, I suppose? I guess if you want to map it to the letters, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, gamma would be in the Greek alphabet ordering, where we put C in the Latin alphabet. Arrival, biological, construction, dragons. I forced it, but it works. The elegant enhancement node appears agitated. Receiving emergency request for assistance from security division. Bzz, catastrophic failure. Bzz, dragon behavioral control experiment. Multiple mer-dragons escaped from isolation and bzz, mandate immediate termination of all 3 subjects to avoid possible bzz. Mer-dragons? Water dragons, I suppose? But calling them mer-dragons definitely sounds strange to my ears. Not bad, just strange. Alright, mer-dragons. Let's deal with you nice and quickly. Completely wasted that drill. That was completely unnecessary. Oh well. And there's the last one. Alright, should be good. Let's get back. And how much do we need to explore over here? There's not really anything left. Just those 2 locations up there, which again we'll probably get to later. Neutralization of subjects confirmed. The Elegant Empire thanks you for your contribution. Preliminary assessment indicates test subject escape was instigated by elevated aggression levels induced as part of testing protocol. A comprehensive review will be carried out to prevent a future occurrence of similar events and assist the testing and research facility in their unwavering efforts to bzzz. It broke. What a shame. Okay, 2 more. And you know what? I might go through and grab that part of the map while we're at it just to finish it off. Alright, there you are, Administrative Node. The Elegant Administrative Node's warning lights are flashing. Warning, warning, sensors indicate large number of unidentified dragons in the immediate vicinity. These creatures present a significant threat to the balance of the local environment. Creatures are designated as Mericidian Brobaniacs. All troops of the Allegan Empire eliminate this threat. Each soldier is to exterminate 4 Mericidian Brobaniacs. Alright. Let's go clean up. Ah, this type of dragon. That's not looking too tough. Well, I wanted to save my drill. Yeah, I'm saving the drill. We're just gonna commit to it even though it screws up what little rotation we have when these enemies are so weak. Okay, one more. Let's grab that one up there. Okay, Brobaniacs dealt with. Back to the node, and then we have one final quest in the area. Elimination of unregistered lifeforms confirmed. Verifying population of Brobaniacs. Beep beep. Brobaniac reproduction rate significantly higher than initially anticipated. Environmental unbalance unavoidable without complete annihilation of dragon population. Unregistered lifeforms are a direct violation of the Allegan Imperial Environmental Protection Act, the Pets and Domesticated Animals Preservation Statute, the Azys Lla Livestock Control Resolution, the Allegan Ecological Beautification Reform Treaty, the Bzzz, and it broke! The presence of dragons on Dragon Island is apparently a massive violation of every law. Alright, last quest is inadequate safety measures. Well, that's a great sign. The Allegan restrainment node is gently glowing and spinning. Bzzz. Warning, warning! Several Dravanian test subjects have breached their restraints and now inhabit the immediate vicinity. These subjects are extremely dangerous and present a real threat to the safety of personnel and equipment. Loyal warriors of the Allegan Empire, please ensure the safety of all staff and citizens by neutralizing this threat. Each soldier is to eliminate 3 Mericidian Phalanx and 3 Mericidian Dragons. Okay, I was saying I think this might be a top-secret research facility, but they keep talking about civilians being here, separately from talking about staff being here. Perhaps I was wrong. Alright, dragons and phalanx. Let's take care of the northeast first, then the northwest, and then we'll probably grab the last part of the map while we're up there. Okay, I'm gonna start kiting you over to the next one. Perfect. We'll open with a drill on this one. Okay, there we go. Phalanx down. To the northwest, we'll... no, you know what? We'll grab the locations as we fly back to Alpha Quadrant. That seems the most efficient use of time. And we should be able to close out the recommendations at this point as well, since last quest. Perfect. Oh wait, one more. Why did I think that was number 3? There we go, now we're done. Alright then, where are you? Restrainment note, oh god. Leave me alone, Brobignac. I'm far too far away for you to care. There we go. Verifying mission status. Bleep bleep. Kills confirmed. Bleep bleep. Mission complete. The Empire thanks you, soldier. Escape of Dravanian subjects traced to structural failure of restraints. Tests indicate that restraints grew weakened after only 5,000 years of use. Now lodging a report suggesting research department use more durable equipment with longer operational lifespan. Yeah, because 5,000 years is unreasonably short for any technology to last. Definitely. Alright, let's go check out the last bits of the map, and then we will call it good. We will have finished off Azys Lla. Feels good to get an area complete. Alright, heading up this way, we've got... Oh, both in one area. The Quarantine Block, interesting, and the Hyperstellar Down Converter. As for what exactly these are, we will worry about that later. Don't worry about it. Definitely don't worry about it. Alright, and with that, next time on Final Fantasy XIV, now that we have wrapped up Azys Lla, I believe we're going to be coming back next time to work on our level 60 crafting and gathering quests to finally finish those off. And once those are done, we've got some post-game work to do for Heavensward's base game. We've got the raid series to get started on, we've got some extreme trials to do, we've got a few other things to take care of. I will see everyone next time, though, as we begin with crafting and gathering. See everyone next time for that.